Hello, I'm Sophia Znaimer from Znaimer is Znaimer. I'm an attorney here, and we represent a lot of employers in sponsoring foreign workers through labor certification. The law presumes that any employer who hires a foreign national is going to be displacing an American worker. Before an employer can file a petition for a non-citizen, the employer must first obtain labor certification from the Department of Labor, proving that there are no American workers who are able, willing, qualified, or available. The employer has to go through a recruitment process that is defined in the regulations. The recruitment process can be no more than 180 days old when the employer files the application for labor certification. The Department of Labor then reviews the application and decides whether or not it will approve it or not. When the PERM application is approved, then the employer has to attach the approved labor certification within 180 days to an I-140 and file the petition. Now, what are the requirements for the PERM? PERM stands for Program Electronic Review Management, and is the Department of Labor's electronic process how to obtain labor certification. The employer first has to obtain a prevailing wage. The prevailing wage has to either be valid or at the time that the recruitment starts or at the time that the application is filed. The prevailing wage must include all the requirements of the petition, any minimal requirements, any conditions of employment. Once the employer also has to undergo certain steps of recruitment. If the job is not professional, then the employer has to basically do the following. The employer must put a 30-day notice in the unemployment office for the respective state. The employer has to provide 10 consecutive business day notice to its own workers. The employer has to also place their job opportunity into Sunday ads in the largest newspaper of general circulation in the area of intended employment. If the area is rural, then the employer can place the ad in a rural paper if the paper doesn't have Sunday edition. One of the ads for professional positions can be also in a journal. In addition to the notice to the unemployment office, the 2 Sunday ads, when the position is for professional worker, then the employer has to go through the regulations and pick 3 types of recruitment out of a list of 10. For example, one of the recruitment steps can be advertising on the employer's own website, can be radio or TV ad, also can be on a website other than employers, can be recruitment agency, it can be local newspaper. There's basically a list of 10 and the employer must pick 3 different steps. Then the employer must interview every American worker who applies for the job that appears to be minimally qualified. The employer can only reject American workers if they are not willing, able, qualified, or available. The PERM process is very technical, very complicated, very prone to denials for the smallest mistake, and it requires great attention to detail. We've filed many PERMs. We would be happy to help any employer that is looking to sponsor a foreign worker who can take a job that American workers are not willing, able, qualified, or available.